welcome to another travelling video, and in this video what we're going to be looking at is I've just started setting myself up on a little challenge just to see how far £50 worth of travel will take me. So what we're going to be looking at this point, let me explain as to what's going on. So due to unfortunate circumstances, I booked a taxi last week so I can go and see Adam, make sure that I was in Fratton in enough time so I can get into Cardiff for 10 to 9. Now unfortunately my taxi never showed up, so to make up for that and the endless frustration that caused me in the end, I was given some compensation in the form of some Network Rail tickets, some Network Rail vouchers. And then I thought to myself, you know what, while I'm thinking about that, I'll just see how far £50 will take me in returns. Now, the one thing that I've got to point out, there's some things I've got to point out. My vouchers are broken down into £10 denominations. So I've got five vouchers at £10 each. So then with that, I'm going to try and break them down into £10 returns, bearing in mind that when I'm doing that, I've got to go back in exactly the same order that I did the journey. I've got to do the exact same thing in reverse. So you've just joined me as I'm making my way up to Havant, and that is where things start off. So join me back in a bit after I bought my first ticket, and I can then take you all by surprise as to where I end up next. Join me in a bit after this. Now we're back and in the amazing area of Havant. So here's the first part of my challenge. It's going to take me to Angering, and what we're going to do is my train's at 11:30, and we'll just go over to there and just have a look around Angering and then just see where else I can go, the furthest point where I can go with the next one. So join me back in a bit as I will end up on the train going towards Angering. Join me in a bit after this. And I'm back, and I'm just on a southern train, just coming out of Emsworth and just making my way into Angering. And we just had the announcement say that
welcome aboard this service to Bray.
Okay.
The next station is Southbourne.
Thank you, Julie. That always happens to me every time I want to do a video on board a train. Nothing new for one of my videos. It's just, as I was saying, we're just left Emsworth and I'm just making my way into Angering, and I'm very much excited to see where this journey takes me next. I mean, if I want to go back the other way anytime, I've got returns, so I can then, if I wanted to, go back to Havant and see where it'll take me the other way. I might at some point just look into doing that, because it then saves me time having to go back on myself all the way through. So let's see what happens, and we'll keep you updated. Join me in a bit as we just make our way into Angering. Well, I'll see you in Angering. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and in the very place where one of my, if not my earliest travel projects started here in 2009, I'm at the railway station of Angering, where I recorded my very first, what would soon become my very first DMC video, and it's just bringing back so many memories of what I've been doing over the last 15 years over, and it's just amazing what has become of it. I just need to sort myself out. This going over because I'm going to make my way back to Havant and then go another way. So, as I say, with that in mind, join me back in a bit as I take you back on the train going back to Havant. Join me in a bit after this. And I'm back, and I just have to apologise. I mean, it might seem to be like a bit of a wasted journey, me coming out to Hammering and just to turn round and go back to Havant. But it was just, part of me wants to carry on, but the other part of me in the end decided not to risk it, because they were just in case if anything goes wrong. Thank you. If anything went wrong, I might have been stuck. So what I've done now is I'm going to make my way back into Havant and then take a different network to somewhere else. Now I've got some ideas in mind, and I may end up going back to my most familiar place. I say most familiar, bearing in mind I got lost there fairly recently, but you've guessed it, it would be most likely Portsmouth and Southsea that I end up going to. We'll just see what happens on the way there. Otherwise I'll just go to and from Havant and to see where the mood takes me. But join me back in a bit as I will be back in Havant and I will announce where I'm going next. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and welcome back to Havant. So what we've got now is I've now used the second of my vouchers and we're going off to Romsey this time. Very interesting that I can get to Romsey for just under £10 and still be able to do that, just be able to do that and then come back on myself. But then I would now have to make a change along the way. People suggest Southampton Central, which is where this train would terminate, but I'm trying to find the quieter ones. I'm trying to find the quieter stations along the way. So the first station that came to my mind happened to be Fareham, and then when the tickets were printed out, because I've got 4 of them this time, they had to have it so then, because they've had to split the ticket into 2 because I have to change somewhere, they've had it so I change the Fareham. Now I've also been reassured that if I wanted to go all the way to Southampton Central, that I would be able to do that, and I would be able to then just continue on from where I left off if I wanted to. I just think at this point, with that being said, it would be easier for me to then go from ticket to ticket, in which in this case I'd be changing a Fareham. So join me back in a bit and I will be on the train heading towards Fareham. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and we're just making our way into Fareham. Now we're just we've got plenty of time because we now need to then change the Fareham and then go off to Romsey afterwards. And it comes in very handy at this point that this train that I'm on goes up to Eastleigh. So one of my ideas, one of my momentary waves of madness was to see if I can get this train up to Eastleigh and then get the Romsey rocket from Eastleigh up to Romsey, but then my ticket breaks off at Fareham, so that didn't necessarily work. Never mind, I'll have to stick to what it says on my ticket. and we'll see you in Fareham. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and welcome to Fareham. I'm just thinking along the ideas of I would have come off at Eastleigh and then got the Romsey rocket up from Eastleigh, but then my ticket said specifically to come off here at Fareham. And then with that being said, while we're here in Fareham, we're going to have a look around just while I'm waiting for my connecting train to Romsey. So we're just at this point, are located on platform 2. Platform 1 goes up to London. Well, both platforms 1 and 2 go. Both platforms 1 and 3 are London bound. Platform 1 is for London Waterloo, and platform 3 is for London Victoria. And we're just thinking along those lines of that, and then you've got another southern over there. At the moment, my vouchers have been taking me on a southern train, on southern trains. But this time I'll be getting a GWR because I then go up to Romsey. And then this is where the journey will continue, but this is where the challenge will continue. I may end up seeing if I can branch off from here next time and see what goes on, because I've got my ticket split off, so it comes in handy when I come back here. I can then just go to somewhere like see if I can cover Winchester or even Basingstoke. So join me back in a bit and I'll be on the train going up to Romsey. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and we're just coming out of Fareham station. I tell you what, this is coming up to the point where I give up trying to get screen protectors, because I've only had this one for a few weeks and already it's cracked. I can see a nice little chip in the side, just on the top of part, just underneath my action button, and I've just been able to trace where I've cracked it. I can see where it's cracked.
CCTV and body-worn cameras are in use on this train for your safety and security. Abusive behaviour towards our colleagues and fellow customers will not be tolerated. We work closely with the British Transport Police to keep the railway safe.
Thank you. That always happens every time I want to do a video on board a train. I always get interrupted by announcements. So Southampton Central is the next station, and then I come off at Romsey. And then with that in mind, we've got another bit to do in the challenge. So with that being said, if there's something in the ticket office, that's brilliant, because it means that... Oh, bear me one moment, guys. Sorry about that. There's a ticket check taking place. I just had to put my phone down so I can sort the ticket out. One of those that do have do the tickets. So with that being said, we've got that on the go. So we'll do Southampton Central and then Romsey. But the way to come back would be a different kettle of fish. If there are members, if the ticket office is open, that'd be brilliant, because it means then I can continue on. If there isn't, what I'll do is I'll go back to Fareham and then branch off elsewhere, because I can always just do Eastleigh up to Winchester, possibly even Basingstoke, if I'm lucky enough, possibly even do Basingstoke, and that will keep me light on my toes. So join me back in a bit and I'll take you through Romsey. And I'm back, and welcome to Romsey. This is the first time I've ever got off at this station. Now, I'm going to have to point out that this station isn't exactly disability friendly, unless of course we go out and then go round, which is what I'm probably going to have to do. And what's this? Oh, 10 to 3 is 1453 is the next one to Portsmouth Harbour. So what I'll do then is I'm going to have to go back to Fareham then, because unfortunately I'm unable to carry on at this. Unfortunately, I'm unable to carry on down this side of things. So what we now have to look at is how I'm going to get from one platform to the other, because we just not really much you can do. Try not to get yourself lost in Romsey, which is easier said than done. And the only thing that I can think of while I'm thinking about anything at all, is going down this way. Let's go down this way. Stairs have been gritted by the looks of things, and then go under the tunnel, and then go up and around that way. It's interesting that Romsey would be on a bridge. Well, most of these stations are based on a bridge. What's also interesting is that I think this might be a station master's house. Well, it certainly looks like it, but I wouldn't know for sure. So we'll just take you under here. This is an interesting site of Romsey. So just go under here for the moment, and then we'll go back over to the other side of the station, because I need the other platform for Portsmouth Harbour, because I now need to change at Fareham. And here I am, over on platform 1, so, well, platform 2, yeah, platform 1. Oh goodness, this is a bit of a ramp and a half. I mean, yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those stations here in Romsey. So join me back in a bit, and I will take you on the next part, which I will end up taking you back to Fareham and see where I go from there. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and I thought I'd take a bit of a break, because I needed to get something to eat, which I have done, and I thought I'd take a quick bit of time out just to have a look around Romsey. My train's at about 10 to 4, and I just thought, what have I got to lose? I mean, I've not been down this part of Romsey before, and I must say, I'm absolutely impressed by what I've seen. So I've gone down Latimer Walk, and I went up that way. And then what I'm going to do next is go across, go back to the railway station, and then with that in tow, I guess I'll have to wait around the railway station. Now, this railway station recently celebrated its birthday. It was opened on the 1st of March 1847, along with a few others, like Mottesfontein Dam Bridge and Dean. Now, It may also interest you to know at this stage that this station, along with Dean and Mottersfont and Dunbridge, were all managed by Great Western Railway, which is rather ironic because no GWR trains called at Mottersfont and Dunbridge or Dean for years, which I do indeed find that rather ironic. So with that in mind, and with that being said, join me back on the train, and I will take you back on the journey to Fareham. See you in a bit after this. And I'm back, and in a slight change of plan, I didn't have to wait for that long. As soon as I got here, a train just pulled up, so I couldn't have timed the walk perfect, even if I tried. That's what you call perfect timing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change to Southampton Central, and then see where I can book up to from there, and then go up to another place from Southampton Central, and then see where my vouchers take me. Still got 3 left at this point, so it's going to be interesting to see where I'll go with them. So without further ado, join me back in a bit and I will be in Southampton Central. And I'm back, and well, this is something definitely worth noting, and there we go. We're just on another southern train, just making my way into Fareham. I mean, going in from Romsey, it was perfectly timed because, as I mentioned earlier, I just arrived back at Romsey and a train had just pulled in. So I changed to Southampton Central, got on this one, and I'm making my way back to Fareham. We are now approaching Woolston.
We are now approaching Worcester.
Interestingly enough, I managed to get a bit of a discretionary discount. I mean, normally a return from Fareham to Basingstoke is about £15. I got it for 10, which I was pleasantly surprised about. It just so happens that my vouchers are only in £10 denominations. Because as you all know, I'm a genuine customer. I would never even dream of dodging fares. It's not me, it's not in my nature. But anyway, join me back in a bit and I will see you back in Fareham. And I'm back, and I would like to welcome you back to Fareham. I love this station. It's just I love the station so much. In fact, I remember marking it up very highly in my top 20 stations that I looked at when I did a project for South Western Railway. It's amazing what you find. It's amazing what you can find in this area. So what we're doing now is I'm just going to get on the train very shortly, go out to Basingstoke, and then I shall see what I can do with the last of my 2 tickets, my last 2 vouchers. I'm thinking I might try and do something up and down in Andover if the opportunity would present itself. So join me back in a bit and I will see you on the train going to Basingstoke. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and I'm not on my own this time, so
Hello. Hi.
welcome Simon
Darren. Simon. That's me.
to the DMC Studios, the Darren's Corner. So we, at the moment, I was just doing the last segment when I was at fair and Simon caught my eye.
Hello.
It's always happens.
We're going, where are we going today?
We're going to Basingstoke.
We're going to Basingstoke. I am a Basingstoke wizard. It's a local, that's right. Yeah, I love Basingstoke. Love the internet, big into media as well. Filmmaking, just totally my thing down.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting a camera out, doing like even 8mm. So this is good.
Yeah, and
I'm
then,
taking over.
yeah, go for it.
Yes, no, I'm joking. Anyway, I don't know. What do we do on the show, Darren? What do we do?
Well, at the moment, I've just been going around on trains, looking at different places that you can go for £10.
Okay.
Because I've got the vouchers, and it's just along that side of things. Try and make sure this doesn't wobble.
£10, everyone.
£10.
What would you do with more money, Darren? If people would send you money, if you could put like a sub-meter, yeah, or what do they call it, donation gold or something?
Yeah.
What would you want to do? If you had unlimited money, what do you want to do first? I have zero money.
Yeah, I have to talk about that with you off camera.
Okay. All right.
But as soon as I come up with something, my viewers
As
will
long
know.
as you cooking.
I do cooking.
You do cooking. Well, you can say what do you want to cook?
Well, I've done some videos where I've cooked macaroni cheese. I'm going down the plant-based style as well.
Okay. I like a bit of meat. I like, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I eat vegetarian stuff. I eat everything apart from onions. I hate onions. They make me feel bleh.
Yeah.
But like, but yeah, meat in my diet. Yeah, I am like conscious about what's it called, animal rights and stuff. And I eat fair, like free range.
Yeah.
And I'm very big into animal quality of life, but I still eat meat. But yeah, I think if people become vegan, which is what you're actually looking to think of doing, people forget often about the animal rights. They sort of sweep under the rug and they forget, and it demonises the food, like meat and stuff, the meat industry. So I feel like if you do love animals, you can still eat them because it is part of life. And don't forget, vegetables are feelings too.
Yeah.
They'll probably, yeah.
I mean, the
You
thing
take
is
them
with
alive.
that is I'm not actually turning vegan. I just enjoy the occasional plant-based stuff.
But it's when they start to get more money out of us. What do you think of that? When they start branding our own choices to us, because vegetables, I mean, realistically, vegetables have always been cheap.
Yeah.
Now, once there's been a populace of an influx of some interest in vegetables, right?
Yeah.
They start throwing prices and labels and stuff at us, and it's like, what do you think about that? That's not right. I don't know.
Yeah, I've not really thought about that. Anyway, we will see you in Basingstoke.
Go.
And join me and Simon in a bit
Nice
after
car.
this. And I'm back, and
Hello.
we're in Basingstoke, and I've just seen the bus that goes to the town centre.
Yeah, we are here, the very plains.
Yeah, just going to have a look around, and then I'm going to hop on a train to go to Salisbury.
So what are you seeing today, Darren?
Well, I was just having a look around because I've used up all my vouchers now.
Okay, Basingstoke's a wonderful place. There's a lot to learn. You've got interesting history. Occasionally goes like fairs on the fields and all this sort of stuff, and it's quite cool.
That's interesting, really is. And I've just sorted out some bits. I think what I'm going to do after I've taken you down to Salisbury, I think I'm going to end up wrapping up the production there because battery is running low. So,
You want a drink, Darren?
yes, please.
What would you like?
Surprise me, but
Okay,
join us.
soft drink, alcoholic drink?
Join me back in a bit, and I will see you on the train going to Salisbury. And I'm back, and well, this is something interesting to note. This is probably the first time you've actually seen me on the train sitting on the floor, but that's because when I get off at Salisbury, I'm going to get off at this side of the train, this side of this coach. Try and make sense of what I'm trying to say. And at the moment there are no seats, so I just find myself sitting on the floor. But that's all right because at least I can then just do what I do best. I'm just going to go along down the side down to Andover, which will also bring back many happy memories because I did another travel project for SWR, with Southwest Trains at the time, and I started that off in Andover, which is this is going to be rather nostalgic as well. So, drop me back in a bit, because I'm going to make my way to Salisbury, and I will see you there after this. And I'm back, and finally my microphone decides it's going to work, so that is something for rather, and miracles do happen. So sorry, I just had to still have to adjust my microphone, but I finally managed to get it to work, which is a relief, because I thought for a moment it had died. So anyway, we're here in Salisbury, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up on myself, go back to Basingstoke. I might as well make use of all of my tickets. So I'm going to go back up to Salisbury. So I'm in Salisbury, go back up to Basingstoke, and then get the train from there to Fareham, and then go back to Havant. Now, I've still got a little bit of juice left in this phone, so, because as you know, when I'm out and about, I don't have any fancy camera equipment. I'm only using my phone. So that's just how it all comes about. Just a regular YouTuber who goes out and about filming with his phone. So join me back in a bit, and I will be back on the train going back up to Basingstoke. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and we're just about to come out of Salisbury. So what? Oh no! Oh, this is the third time this happened now in this video. Don't know why. Every time I want to do something, I always get interrupted. Oh dear. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're coming out of Salisbury, as I mentioned earlier, and we're going to go back up to Basingstoke, and then with that in mind, what we'll do then at that point is I'll get off at Basingstoke, get the train back to Fareham, and then ultimately go back to Havant. And it's just that in particular just comes to wrap up this epic day, and I actually did really well with my voucher challenge. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.